A little something about Raymond. He's an investor in stocks and rentals. He wants no money from you, no bait and switch, nothing. Here's what he's going to do. He's going to log into his personal account, share real estate property documents, and give you suggestions on what to read.
All right, this video, I'm going to try to keep it real easy and simple and as short as possible, but I got a lot of information to cram in here. I am Raymond from stocksandrentals.com. In this video, I want to show you the Yahoo financial app and how to use the area in the app that talks about revenue and earnings. If you guys are looking at this video on YouTube, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I will also have some links in the description that will discuss what type of investor you are. So if you're new to investing, there are 3 buckets that I like to talk about, and the buckets are conservative, moderate, and aggressive. So I'm going to have a link in the description that will take you to my website that will describe each of those, and you're going to need to know those before you start using the revenue and earnings within the Yahoo app. I'm also going to have another link in the description that's going to talk about the possibility of using this Yahoo app and becoming a millionaire. That link is going to show you a video where I actually go through the Yahoo app and I point out stocks that if you bought only that one stock and you held on to it for many, many years, so I'm talking long-term investors, 20, 25, 15, just a lot of years, you would be a millionaire. So you want to check that video out too. What is revenue and what are earnings? So real easy. Revenue is the money that a company brings in. So if you own a store and your store sells stuff and you get money from selling the stuff, that's your revenue. What are your earnings? Earnings is just a fancy way to say profit. So how do you determine your profit after you sell stuff? Well, after you sell stuff, which is your revenue, you're going to start subtracting your overhead. So your overhead will be the wholesale price that you had to pay to get the stuff that you sold. It's going to be taxes. It's going to be anything related to employees, so the wages, the workman's compensation, the Social Security tax that you have to pay because you hired the employee, utility costs, insurance costs. So you got to start doing a whole bunch of subtractions to get your earnings. And again, earnings is nothing more than a fancy way to say your profits. So the Yahoo app is going to talk about each company's revenue and earnings. What you see on the screen, this is my Roth IRA. As you can see, I have over $337,000 in it. This is something that you guys can do by starting with $1. Again, you can learn more at my website, stocksandrentals.com. I'm going to have a link of that in the description too. What we want to concentrate on in this video would be all the way to the left. You see symbols. Those are the stock tickers. And then we want to concentrate all the way on the right. You see gain percent. This is how much gain have I made since I originally bought the stock. So some of my stocks in this portfolio I've only owned for a couple of days, and some I've owned for many years. So that is the objective of this video. Revenue, earnings, looking at this column to see how much profit or loss I have, and looking at this column to know what company did I invest in. So let's bring up the Yahoo app. And if you guys don't have this app on your phone, I highly recommend that you download it. You need the app to use this video, and you want the app to become a millionaire. You want to make money, and this is my go-to app out of all the apps that I use on my phone and all the websites that I go to daily to read about financial news. So let's open up the Yahoo app. And what you see in this app, you see the stock ticker here. So the first one you see is NVST. All the stock tickers are in this column, similar to this column here. It has stock tickers. And then this column here has the price of the stock as of the last trading section. So the day is Saturday. So all these numbers you see here is when the stock market closed yesterday on Friday. So we want to find a couple of stocks that are not doing well for me. So let me open them up. And these are stocks that I am losing money in. And the first stock is stock ticker BEEM, and this is Beam Global. So let's open this up. And what I'm doing for this stock works for every stock in the Yahoo app. You're going to do the same press on your phone. So you go to the stock, you click on details right here, and then you scroll, and you're going to see a chart. And this chart is pretty easy. It says revenue, which is in green, earnings, which is blue. If you look right here, it has 0, and then it has money going up is higher. So you got 1 million up to 7 million. And then you have numbers that are negative, going from negative 1 million down to negative 5 million. And then right here, you have dates. So you have 2017, 18, 19, and 20. So I already gave you the definition of revenue. That's money coming in. And earnings, that's the profit. So this particular company, if they're bringing the money in through the front door, but the earnings, they don't have any profit. Everything is negative. So again, this is 0. Anything below 0 is negative. And negative typically means bad. So let's find this stock in my portfolio and see if it's a green stock or red stock. So let's scroll down here. This is Beam. And it is negative for me. I am down over 16% since I've owned the stock. I lost over $133. So again, this is a company that's bringing in the money, but it's not profitable, and it's showing up in the stock that I bought. I am negative. Let's take a look at another stock that's not doing well for me. So let's go back. And the next stock we want to look at is called Charge Point Holdings. So this is right here. So we're going to do the same thing. Click on this. Scroll down, click on details, scroll down some more, and we got another chart. It looks a little different because this is a different company. This is Charge Point Holdings, but we are looking at the same thing. This is another good company that can bring the money in the front door, but they are not profitable. Everything is negative. So this company is not making money. And let's look at my stock that I own and see if it's a green number or red number. So here it is. Charge Point Holdings. This is the same company that we were looking at in the Yahoo app. And if we go over here to gain percent, since I've owned a stock, I am down over negative 32%. I've lost over $233. So again, I invested in a company that brings in the money of revenue, but their earnings are negative. This company is not profitable, and I'm paying the price. One more company we want to look at. Let's bring the Yahoo app back up. And we want to look right here at stock ticker CURI. And this is Curiosity Stream. We're going to go to details. And the same thing. They can bring the money in, but in terms of profit, they're negative. So this company is not making a profit. Let's look at my Roth IRA and let's see what it do. So here it is. Stock ticker CURI. I own a stock, Curiosity Stream Incorporated, and I am negative. I am losing money. I'm down negative 27%. I lost over $204. So you guys are probably saying, well, Raymond, if you knew what you're trying to teach us, why did you buy these stocks if they're bringing the money in, but they're not profitable? Well, I am a aggressive / moderate investor. So sometimes I decide to choose stocks that are either are going to win big or lose big. And that's something that an aggressive investor would do. I am not 100% aggressive, because if I was, I would have a lot of these type of stocks, but I keep them very limited. So I just kind of dabble in them. So that's why I bought the stock. So I have bought stocks like this that have went huge and big. And I'll give you an example of a stock that almost everyone has heard of. Tesla, the car company, the electric car company. When they first came out, you were making a lot of money with their stock, but they had a lot of revenue and they had negative earnings. So it's kind of like, I'm not going to say it's gambling, because if you know what you're doing, you're not gambling, you're investing. But there's a high risk that something might not pan out and you make a profit. So let's change this up a little bit. Let's look at some more stock that has revenue and no earnings, so negative earnings. And I'm going to show you that I'm profitable. So let's go to the Yahoo app. And we want to scroll all the way down to the stock I've had for a while. We're right here. Stock ticker UPLD. So we're doing the same thing. This stuff gets repetitive. Click on details. All right, we're looking at revenue. Revenue is green. This company is bringing the money in. Let's look at earnings. They're negative. They are not making a profit. Now let's look at what I'm doing with this particular stock. So we're going to scroll down. And right here, Upland Software. I'm actually making money. I'm at almost 13%, and I made almost $23. And I only have 4 shares. So typically when I'm investing in a stock that has revenue but no earnings, I don't buy a lot of shares, because like I said, when you're doing that, you're playing big. Either you're going to win big or you're going to lose big. Let me show you one more stock that has the same combination of bringing in the revenue but no earnings. And that is DocuSign. So we're going to go up. We're going to click on details. And again, we see some green, positive, blue, negative, meaning that they're not making a profit. And let's see what I'm doing in the stock. Here we are, DocuSign, and I am up almost 30%, over $1,500. So again, I took a chance and I'm winning with these particular stocks. Last 2 stocks I showed you are green. But typically, investing in companies where they have high revenue and no earnings, they're going to be red. So now let's look at a couple of companies that have earnings and revenue. Let's look at Amazon right here. We're going to click on details. All right, so this is the first stock that I'm showing you that I own that has revenue coming in. And you see the blue? The blue is positive now. It's above the 0. And as you can see, this is going from 50 billion up to 400 billion. Amazon is a profitable company. Every year they're bringing in more revenue, and every year they're making a bigger profit. And let's see what it's doing in my portfolio. So here we are, Amazon. And I've almost doubled my money, almost 100%. I made over $4,800 profit since I've owned a stock. So what you want to get out of this is that if you are a moderate investor, Amazon would be a stock that you would want to consider. And the reason you would consider it is because you're going to go to the Yahoo app and you're going to go and look at the revenue and earnings, and you're going to say, oh, wow, everything's positive. I got the green above the zero, and I got the blue above the zero. So this company is bringing in the money, and they're profitable. So I'm hoping this stuff is making sense to you. Get the Yahoo app, find your stock, start reading about the stock before you buy it. Go to the detail tab and look at the revenue and earnings, and you want to look at the blue, you want to look at the green, and you want everything shooting up toward the sky. You want everything above the 0 point. I'm going to do one more. Let's look at McDonald's. So let me bring the Yahoo app back up. We're going to find Mickey D's. All right, it's right here. Click on it. Scroll down. Click on details. Scroll down a little bit more. And we're looking at the green and blue. They got revenue coming in. And they got blue, which is going up in the same direction as the revenue. So this company is bringing the money in the front door, and they're profitable. And let's look at my stock. So let's find McDonald's. Here it is right here. And I have quadrupled my money. I'm at over 200%. I made almost $400 and I got a little over 2 shares. So I actually bought this stock a long time ago. I was pretty new at buying stocks. So now let's discuss some stocks that I own that have revenue and earnings, but I am not making money. So let's look at Domino's Pizza right here. Details. Okay, so here's an example again. Revenue positive, earnings positive. This is a company that's making profit. And let's find this stock in my portfolio. So Domino's Pizza is right here. And I am negative. I'm at negative, a little over negative 4%. I lost a little over $100. So I just got finished showing you guys examples of, you want to look at companies that's bringing in the revenue and profitable, and you're probably going to make money. But now I'm showing you a stock or a company that is bringing in revenue and they're profitable, and I'm losing. I'm negative. I'm red. So why am I negative or red? This happens when you decide to buy the stock and you buy the stock at a high price and you haven't held on to the stock long enough. But if Domino's continues to be profitable, bringing in the revenue, and they can increase their profit so that earning goes higher, I will not be negative and I will start to be positive. So let's just look at the chart again. So every year so far, they're bringing in more money. Green line is getting taller and taller and taller. And if you look at the earnings, they get bigger or taller, taller, and taller. So this is the benefit of being a long-term investor. You can buy a stock and it'll go red, but if you decide to hold on to it for years, you will go green and you will make money unless something crazy happens. So if there's a recession, war breaks out, just anything crazy, then that's going to affect the entire stock market. So you wouldn't even look at it like, oh man, I picked the wrong stock. Everything's going down in the depression. Everything is going to go crazy if a war breaks out or anything like that. So it's not the particular stock that you bought. It's happening to everything. So that's why I always tell you guys, when things get bad in the market, don't bail out. You just have to be patient, wait it out. It will come back. I want to show you one more stock that I own, which is in my other account, which is in my rollover IRA. And it's right here. This is called Biogen, stock ticker BIIB. And I am down over 20%. I lost over $130. And let's bring that up on the Yahoo app. So we're right here, Biogen. So here's an example. The company is bringing in revenue and they're profitable. But when you look at my stock, again, I'm down, I'm red. So why is that? Well, it could be several things. For me, I bought this when it was at the top of the market in terms of price. So I bought it when it was $329.34, and then it started to drop. The thing with this company, again, if you're a long-term investor, and they keep bringing in the revenue and they keep bringing in the earnings and nothing crazy happens, this number will turn positive. I don't plan to sell this stock anytime soon. So if you guys keep coming and looking at my videos, eventually you're going to see this number turn green. When will it turn green? I have no idea. Do I have to hold the stock for another year, 2 years, 3 years? Only time will tell. And again, if you believe in the stock, even when they turn red, I recommend, if it's a well-run company, just hang on to it, be patient, you will make money. So let me just recap. We talked about revenue, we talked about earnings. I gave you examples of if the company has revenue but they have no earnings, meaning profit, that consider a risky investment. Typically, you want to be an aggressive investor if you decide to invest in companies like that. There's a good chance that you're going to be red instead of green. You can have companies that have revenue and no earnings and still make money. I showed you 2 examples of that, which was Upland Software and DocuSign. And then I decided to show you guys companies that have earnings and revenue. And I showed you Amazon and Mickey D's. You would invest in companies that have revenue and earnings if you're a moderate investor. Then I also showed you 2 stocks, which is Domino's and Biogen. And they have revenue and earnings. But as you saw in the video, I am red. And that can happen, but if you're a long-term investor, you just have to be patient with those companies because those companies are profitable and you will eventually start making a profit in the stocks that you bought. Woo, that was a lot, but everything I just told you will help you. This is what I do. Real easy. Get that Yahoo app, put your stock ticker in it, go and look at the revenue, look at the earnings. That will guide you to if it's an aggressive stock or a moderate stock or potentially a conservative stock. I didn't show you anything conservative because I'm not a conservative investor. I typically don't buy too many ETFs, but if you are a conservative investor, you want to stick with ETFs. And again, I'm going to have a link that will take you to stocksandrentals.com, and it's going to describe each of the type of investors, and it's also going to give you your potential profit that you can make being an aggressive, moderate, or conservative investor. All right, I am out. Stocksandrentals.com, putting you guys up on game. I ask nothing from you. Everything I do is free. I try to encourage you guys to invest in the stock market. I have 2 accounts. I have this one right here, over 200,000. I started with $1. I have this one here, over $300,000, and with this account I started with $1. So You can do it. It's easy. Get on it. Don't just look at the video and don't act on this stuff. Because if you don't act on it, you're going to be right in the position that you're in right now. StocksandRentals.com. I'm out. Peace.